Somewhere on a remote island in a lonely house, a lonely, very paranoid old man was found shot dead one morning. The night had been very stormy. There was nobody on the island. All bridges had been cut off for some reason the day before. Uh, the old paranoid man was always keeping his own gun with him at all times. Uh, the house was locked from the inside. Even the room he was found in was locked from the inside. There was no window to this room. There wasn't even a chimney. There was no entrance to this house whatsoever. So, we have no natural explanation for this phenomenon. Cue eerie music. Cue my beloved dragon. An explanation is close at hand. Because we have no idea how that could have happened. We have no natural explanation. Therefore, Magic Man done it. Must have been magic. Obviously. I mean, there is this evil witch on the other side of the river, living in her own house, and she has an ugly mole on her nose, and she's the one. Because we have no natural explanation, therefore magic did it. Right? Well, I sure hope that you'll agree with me that no, this is not the right way to go. If not for any other reason than because of what I like to call the explosion of explanations. See, if you say, I have no natural explanation, therefore it was magic, I could also say it was my beloved little dragon here. Isn't he a beauty? Bought him on the market recently. Excellent. Or maybe it was a new gravitational phenomenon that we haven't yet found, or sound waves so sublime that our instruments cannot measure them, or it was a special form of light, or it was aliens. Why not aliens? Or God? Who knows? See? Just because you cannot provide a good explanation doesn't mean that you can just make up another explanation and then go for that. Just doesn't work that way. You have to have a good, logical, coherent theory, and you have to have evidence. Because otherwise, you're logically forced to believe everything. If you believe in magic, you have logically to also believe in aliens. You have to also believe in Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Hinduism, Buddhism, National Socialism, any other ism out there that you can imagine. You have to believe. If you do not, at least ask for logical coherence and evidence. One prominent example that I've actually read in a book written by two Christian apologists, a monk and a nun. The nun, I believe, wrote that sentence. She said, well, between the crucifixion and the start of Christianity and when they started preaching, the disciples must have gone from depression, fear, despair in some way they must have gone from this to hope and strength and courage. So something must have happened, and I have no explanation. Therefore, Christianity is true, and the resurrection must have happened. Well, you know, first off, I can think of a few natural explanations, but leaving that aside, no, you have to provide evidence. It's a shame, really, because there are many explanations that are rather far out there that I actually fancy quite a lot about stuff. Um, I rather like the idea of aliens, you know. Uh, I like the idea of an omnipresent field of love that flows through us all. I like the idea that I'm God. I like quite a few, many, few very fascinating explanations, but sadly, I have to follow my own advice here. I have no evidence for this. So, the sun begins to shine again. Happy New Year! See ya next year, 2012, the year when it ends. Na, 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 na.